life. And so for many of you, you have these types, and I'm going to get into that, but I'm going to talk about 7 ways, 7 things that can help you to identify these toxic patterns in your dating life. And so the first thing is recognizing the signs of toxic patterns. And so a lot of times what that looks like is frequent emotional turmoil. So do your relationships involve a lot of drama, misunderstandings, emotional highs and lows? Are you in a bipolar relationship? One that has a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Um, yeah, between both partners, that's something that you may attract. Repeating dynamics. Are you dating the same type of person? Even if they initially seem different, because that usually is what happens. You start dating one person, and then after you finish with that one, you're separated or whatever, and then you go back and you get the same person because it's your type. Now, here's the thing about those types. If they were truly your type, you'd still be with them. So they couldn't be your type. That really is a limiting belief, which we'll talk about later. So the lack of emotional safety. Do you feel judged? Do you feel manipulated or unappreciated in your relationships? That really is a huge thing, because when you feel that, a lot of times, if you don't shift it, what will happen is you will still continue to attract those same type of people that are going to treat you the same way. Number 2 is examine your relationship history. Again, write down your past relationships and note any recurring issues or behaviors. You can even think this, because I haven't written mine down, but I did think it. I thought about it one day and it came to me, and then I started writing then. Reflect on how these relationships began and how they ended. Were there any red flags that you ignored? What was going on with that? Identify common traits in people that you've dated. So look at people that you've dated and see the common traits that they have, because they're going to have some. Number 3 is uncover your triggers and beliefs. And here we go with the limiting beliefs. Self-worth. Do you struggle with feeling good enough in relationships? Do you struggle with self-worth? Are you the person that's always giving everything away to your partner without receiving anything? Are you that person? Because you're that person, then you are struggling with self-worth. Fear of abandonment, that is huge, and that is a big one. And I talk about that in almost every video that I have done on this subject. Do you stay in unhealthy situations because you fear being alone? And this is something that I can talk about, because my ex actually came to that situation when he was, after we divorced, we used to talk here and there. And so he told me that one day, because I asked him, I said, well, why are you, with this person if you don't love her? What is the problem? What is the situation? And he said, I realized, he said, I can't be alone. This is what he said to me. He said, Tam, that, I can't be alone. And what's wild is that he came to that conclusion and that he saw it, because I did see it. He is a person that, rather than be alone, he would just be with anybody, and so um so anyway, so these are things that once you recognize them and you realize that you have this fear, you can start to work on it. Unrealistic expectations. Do you idolize your partners too soon or expect them to complete you? No completing, y'all. You are complete. You're complete alone. You're complete with a partner. You're complete. You are complete. So there's no expecting these people to come in and complete you. And I call that the Cinderella thing, or the Sleeping Beauty thing, where we're expecting this knight to ride in on the horse, or this prince to come in, or this king to come and zap us and take us out of, whatever is going on, take us out of our misery to bring us to this place. But guess what? There is no one coming to save you, beautiful. There's no one coming to save you, handsome. There's no one coming to save you. So stop with these unrealistic expectations. Number 4 is paying attention to your dating patterns. So rushing into relationships. Are you a person that you skip the whole getting to know you part and you just jump straight into bed? Or are you a person that, as soon as you get to know them, 5, 10, 2 weeks have gone by, and then you, all of a sudden, you're in love? Are you that person? Are you that person? Stop it. Stop it. Are you the person that overlooks red flags? Because red flags pop up and many times we ignore them. We say, you know what? Oh no. Or we say, I can change him or I can change her. She just needs love. That's the problem. We ignore these red flags because, a lot of times we are overly forgiving of toxic behavior. We give people excuses for mistreating us or for the behavior being toxic. There is no excuse. Toxic is toxic. And when you see it, it is. No questioning, no going, back over here talking about whatever. No, it's toxic. Let it go. Attraction to unavailable people. So, do you chase partners who are emotionally or physically unavailable? Are you a person that chases after married men or chases after people that tell you that they are not looking for a relationship, but you try to lock them down? Are you that person? Think about that and start looking at it and seeing, the type of person that you are in relationships so that you can begin to shift that so that you can get the relationship that you desire. The fifth thing is taking responsibility for your role. That includes that as well. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, I have had that as well. I was talking about love relationships, but yes, that includes that too. Because sometimes we have these friends that are toxic, and sometimes we love so hard and we love these people, and I can speak from experience on that too. We love these people, we love so hard, and we're like, oh my God, this is my person. And so what happens is we overlook the toxic things that they bring into our lives, because we love them so much, or we've been friends for so long, and sometimes it really is just trauma bonding. No, you got to stop that. You have to let that go, because those things are not doing you any good, because those people are not even friends, and we think that because I had one for about 17 years, y'all. And I thought, we gonna be friends forever. But you know what? No. And once I started looking back at the patterns within the friendship, I realized that it really wasn't a friendship at all. But I loved her so much. I had love for her in my heart. And so it was hard for me to let that go. But since I did, it's been a blessing, because I don't feel the toxicity from her that I was feeling. And I don't, it doesn't permeate in my life, because, when you're friends with somebody and you love them, that stuff comes into your life when there's the toxic traits, you know? And so you have to leave that alone. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I'm telling you. And it's not easy, and it's not like when you first do it, it really hurts. I am not gonna lie, it hurts so bad. That thing hurt me so bad I cried about it. However, I am so free from all of that toxicity, because when I decided to release toxicity from every part of my life, I released, even family members that were toxic. They got to go. I have no room for toxicity in my life at all. So that's the thing. It's all about your self-worth and knowing who you are, and loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, then you will not allow anybody's toxicity to come in, especially if you're on this journey. Because if you're watching me, you're on this journey, where you're working to know you, and you're working to understand the things that, that make you you. You know what I'm saying? So you're welcome. The next thing is, oh, okay, own your part in maintaining these patterns. And so that's something that was hard for me, y'all, because it was like, oh my God, I did this. I don't know if y'all remember that commercial that Samuel Jackson did. It was like, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And that's really what you have to do in this situation. You have to own it. You have to understand that identifying these patterns is not about blame. So let's take blame off the table. It's about growing, and it's about learning, and it's about changing and shifting and moving, and shifting timelines into that better timeline, or the timeline that you desire to be in. So when we own our part, it's not about blaming. It's about just knowing that we did this, so we don't have anybody else outside of ourselves. We did this. We did it. And then develop new healthy patterns. Set boundaries. Learn to say no and prioritize your emotional health. I can't stress this one more. Learn to say no and prioritize your emotional health. I'm telling you, no is a blessed word. I really just learned how to say it in the last probably decade, really the last 3, 4, or 5 years, especially in this pandemic. The pandemic brought so many beautiful blessings to us if we consider it and think about it like that. There were a lot of things that happened, but to me, I just focused on the blessings that it brought. And one of them was that setting boundaries, learning to say no and prioritize your emotional health. That is huge, and that was so huge for me. And for me, what I did was I went and got some therapy, some counseling. I went and talked to somebody else that was outside, so that I could get the things that I needed to get out, and begin to really heal, because that was huge for me. And also prioritizing your emotional health, because a lot of times when we're in these relationships, in these situationships, we do not prioritize ourselves and our emotional health. And a lot of times we come down on ourselves for even having some emotional health. You might have a breakdown, you might be crying, because I have done that. I have taken time to just cry and cry and cry, and I'm not a crying person. Like, I'm not a crier. If I cry, it's something. And it probably was something that needed to happen. And that's the thing that I consider in this. It's like, if you give yourself time and you give yourself grace, you know what I mean? My God, just watch what happens. And the other thing is heal past wounds. You know, get some therapy if you need it. Get some coaching. Get some healing. Do some journaling. That can help you work through emotional baggage. We're going to drop my healing through grief, because that's what this is. But I'm going to drop that in the comments so that you can grab it, because it is an amazing tool. I created it a couple of years ago, but it is such an amazing tool that I still continue to use it today myself. So, another thing is slow down. Slow down, take time to truly get to know your partner, potential partners. Take time to truly get to know them. Because a lot of times, especially in this season and this time, people jump into bed so fast. They don't even get to know the people. They don't know them, and they're trading energy with them. You see what I'm saying? So you want to slow down, get to know people, and then you want to trust your intuition. Lastly, you want to trust your intuition. Reflect on how you feel when you're with someone. Does their energy align with yours, or does it drain you? If it drains you now, it's going to drain you later, even worse. So you want to check that kind of stuff out and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it usually is. Trust your instincts, y'all. I'm telling you, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. So, breaking free from toxic patterns isn't easy, but it's the first step toward aligning and attracting the love that aligns with your highest self. With your highest self. I am so excited to share this today, and I want to talk about it. And if you guys will drop in the comments and just let me know this. What's one pattern that you've identified in your dating life that you want to change? Think about that. That is food for thought for you today. So I'm just appreciative of you guys checking me out and watching. If you're here and you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, that you like this video, and let the YouTube algorithm gods know that you like this video. And make sure you check out some other things on my page. I also have descriptions in the description of the video. I have Amazon links. I am an affiliate, so I do get a small commission. But I would love it if you check out some of those links. I have some of the most amazing products that I actually use and that I love in there. I also have my Stand Store, which is my website where my services are located. So you can go there on the Stand Store. I have a few different things. I'm also going to drop into the comments the Healing from Grief workbook that I have created. And that thing is fire, y'all. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you today. But I appreciate you, and make sure that you check out some of my other videos, because I am budding creator, trying to monetize at this time. So I thank you so much and appreciate all of your attention. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all of it. And make sure that you follow me also at Intuitive Tammy on TikTok, where I go live and do healings, readings, messages from spirit and heaven, all of those things. And I do appreciate it. I'm also looking for corporate wellness. So if anybody is in the corporate wellness field and you have some openings and opportunities or some connections in that area, I am looking to get into that so that I can bring my brand of magic to the corporate arena and help people with all of this stuff that we talked about, with healing these past wounds, and with helping them to open up their intuition and learn how to trust their instincts. So again, thank you so much for joining. This is Tammy signing off with the $1 Billion Voice. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, weekend, whatever it is.